Hey YouTube. Hey Victor's. And then up here it's Chop Chat and we go to live chat. Hey Victor86. Yeah, okay. If you like. Ow. carried away there, but not officially meant to start to 8. Cheers, how's it going, Victor 80 and Victor House and Mr. Whitesnake? Jamming, quite right, yes. That's off. Turn that down. Whew. Yeah. Oh. That's sounding great. Yeah, 2 speakers, yes, it should be. So, it's an old one I made from a workshop. Yeah, totally. There we go, yeah. What amp? It's my new amp. Well, the one... Is it the right way around? I think it is, yes. So the one that you're hearing down there is the bass amp, which is the Roland Microcube bass, and the one on the right is my new one, which I've just plugged in, which I might actually... It depends how long the cable is. Nearly reaches this Roland cube, which I can actually almost get in. If I'd thought about it a bit more, I could have had it actually in shot. And it fits on top of a... It's got. I was like, obviously, you look at it and going, why does it have a thing for sticking it on top of a mic stand? Why would you want to do that? So I had to do it, and it's pretty cool. It means you don't need to bend down to press the chorus button. Yeah. Hey Ben, how's it going? Please pay Avatar, the King Wants You. I don't know, Avatar, the King Wants You. It does sound good though. Got a wee Sub-Zero similar to a Roland but built like a tank. It could be. It's plastic. Damn right, it's damn plastic, but it's a Roland Micro... What's it called? The sticker's on the back. A mobile cube, but it's got the 2 speakers. It's 5 watt. It doesn't have very much on it, but it does have jazz chorus when you turn it up. I just rewired this just this afternoon because I realised I've got it now, so I can actually turn this on, and it's not absolutely screaming. But no, mate, it's not. It's not pure quiet, but it's not pure. An Ibanez Super 58 is not compatible with an Ibanez V1, but I now know why and how to get around it rather than just bodging it like I did when I built this 10 years ago. Maybe Sub-Zero's like a wood one, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I'm just going for... I mean, I love the wee cube. I think it's fantastic. The Micro Cube, what a fantastic wee amp. You're looking at the price. It's lonely, because you can pick them up for... I mean, I paid 25 for it, but I think that's maybe quite a good... You maybe have to look for a month to get that, but I think you're talking about 40 quid, and they're amazing, especially if you do that mod, where it was basically I was playing it in through... that's why I started off the stereo thing. I was just using that. Even though it doesn't have a stereo speaker on it, it does still have stereo reverb, and the chorus is stereo on it. Whereas then I got the Street Cube, which is just basically bigger and better than it, but it's significantly bigger. This is not a carryable thing. The cube's dead square. That one's tiny. It's like a wee ghetto blaster. It's brilliant. Hey Dave Lewis! It doesn't sound at all plasticky. It's like, see, I don't know if I was talking about mods I would make to the Microcube. One of the things I've done, I had it sitting on top of a block of wood about the size of a guitar pedal, so it was tilted back. It made such a difference when I had it sitting on the ground down there. And then when I bought the Microcube, it's just wedge shaped. You can't sit it upright. It only sits on its back, which is not good for seeing what the buttons are or getting to the buttons, but it just makes it sound better. So that's why I was looking at that going, it's got a mic stand thing in it. There must be a point to it, and it does. It just sounds like it's kind of like, see, in an ideal world, what the vaporizer would have sounded like. It kind of sounds like that. It sounds huge. You look at it and it doesn't sound like I'm playing through a wee stupid thing like that. Maybe designed to be on a Roland Cube is a great amp. Yes. Well, I mean, I've never even tried obviously they're not all battery powered. At one point I thought they were all battery powered, but no, I'm just talking about the battery cubes. Obviously you can run them off a pedal power supply instead. What was it? We used to work at a holiday camp. So a Cube 15X for 30. That the deals out there. I assume they sound brilliant. I just love. I mean, one would think. One would In fact, it's 2 minutes past our dot time. Very ringy guitar, this. Sponsored by Roland. Yeah, I go and give us your latest one. The thing against that is though that they're expensive amps. Well, they can be had for under £100, but they're kind of that price, and you look at it and going, but it doesn't have all the effects and shit on it. It doesn't, but it's got enough of them. Sub-Zero's 150. It's built like a purple amp in miniature, solid wood and heavy. Charged with the phone charger, cool. I noticed the Roland Cubes all run on 6AA batteries. $599 Australian dollars. So I didn't know you were in Australia. Wow, there you go. Is that £200? Is it not? Was it not? It's roughly 1 in 3, or it used to be when Neighbours was on, like $10 is £3 kind of thing, something like that. Every effect you'd want. Yeah, but that's kind of the other way round it. I know I've had a shot. People keep telling me about these Spark things. I keep getting a shot of it. Yeah, they've got every effect and they do all these different things. I just want one really good sound that's just on, and it's like as soon as I had a shot of the first Roland Cube, it was as soon as it went on to that jazz chorus sound, it was just that's I don't want to fucking have to arse about trying to get all the effect. I just want that sound, and then variations of it, you know, sticking a tube screamer into it, or we touch a reverb. The reverb's dead handy. But I mean, I would just be scared off of having too many options. This one's even better, it doesn't have any. It's got a button for chorus, and it's got the reverb and the thingy. What's the good amp you're after, Sloaney? There's a Roland shop in Denmark Street. Back the other thing, but they don't accept cash. Oh dear. Cash is king. Hey, Yoakum! Still Darkness Cube is great. Want my positive grips back? There you go, yes. 4 presets around it. Well, there is that, yes. I do appreciate that they've all got that option. I always felt very much that way with the wee Roland. Not Roland. In fact, I think they are actually Roland, isn't it? Vox. The Roland owned Vox now. But the Vox AC10 or whatever it was, but it was like the modelling version of it, and it was like all the effects and all that shit. And then it's like, I actually looked up the manual. It just said what you do is you hold in the button next to the power button for 2 seconds, and then it's just an amp. It's just the Vox sound, and it's like that for me. It's just like, so it's not the actual sounds of all the modelling and stuff I don't like. It's just the fact that I don't want to have to adjust all that crap. It just, some people love to do that. Yeah, some folk just can't be arsed with it at all, and I just can't be arsed with it at all. Never even used it. I can use a Roland Cube as an amp for an e-drum kit as well. Yeah, totally. I would just get one of the bigger ones. I think that one there is maybe not very particularly basic because it's not very small, but certainly for playing along in the house, along with a record or along with a CD, definitely. Maybe not a gig, unless it was one of the big ones. But the big thing, Victor 86, is this thing. I've got it's not mic'd up. I've just got the headphone socket coming out of that, which has upstairs. Lost me. Yeah, the headphone socket, but I've put a switch in to disconnect it so I can still use the speakers, and then the headphone socket goes pretty much, it could go straight into the USB audio device from Temu that was £13. And it sounds like this. I've not done anything else. Well, it's gone into a desk, but all the desk has got is a volume on it and a pan, but it's stereo. Yeah. With the Fender G-Tech, it's not encouraging you to play. You never know. Roland Cube versus Boss Katana. Well, the thing is that they're both made by Boss, innit? Boss and Roland are the same company, so I don't think one would be better. I suppose you look at the features list. I think the Roland Cube one, the Roland ones are a bit more busky, as opposed to housey, or the battery ones are anyway. I don't know what things that would necessarily mean, but maybe just a bit. That's only got 5 knobs on it. It's like, yeah, I like that. Hey, Kit Kats! Where's the Softtech? The Softtech's in the other room. We're going to move it into over there because it should be It should be connected up. The cube looks cuter than the katana. He's always got the girls thing, don't you? Mind you, in saying that, Jen saw the cube, the new one. It's not the thing about it's a wee bit deceptive because it's not really cubed. Mind you, a cube's not actually cube, but it is quite deep. Whereas that's not. It's like a wee ghetto blaster. It's only that deep, so it kind of. I don't really know why it's called a cube. Hate apps, but great using once the positive grid mini. Bugger got the excellent headphones. Two positive blah more great work too. Oh, they're good fun, totally. Hey, Petrolia from Ireland, Scotland, or Australia. Is it just interesting that that's Scotland? But it's interesting that you hear Australian in it. But a lot of Australians did come from Scotland originally, so the accent probably has. There'll be things in there. Flag Flying V, £40 charity shop, the wee metal head, put in a knockoff Duncan in the bridge. A knockoff Duncan? Oh no. 1-0 to go. There you go. £40 for Flying V. And Flying Vs are cool. They're not quite as cool as a double neck destroyer, but they're getting up there for single neck guitars. You know what I mean? And now that I've got this working, it definitely is my Desert Island guitar. I could only have one. Well, it's this one in it because it's a bass 2. And it's a good guitar. The harmonicas made it play. To be honest, I've got those Japanese ones that are literally blew in to see if they made a noise when I bought them. That was it. I thought I need to have a wee go at it. I think as Kit Kat says, is the Flying V are both the wings the same length? Is it symmetrical? Because I had a Stag one. There's a Stag model that's basically looks exactly like a Flying V until you try and lean it against the wall, and it leans against the wall at a slight angle because the two legs aren't quite even. I think that was maybe a lawsuit thing, so I think that's maybe a later on one. But the Flying Vs are just cool. Like a proper Flying V. I love a Flying V. I cannot abide by a spiky Flying V. I just can't. The Jackson King V, and especially the Randy Rhodes, just no. I mean, no. I don't mean playing, but I mean, I just mean that's hideous. It's hideous. Is it the one with the exhaust pipes? The one with the exhaust pipes, it does have I do have a slight problem with them with the 3-a-side head, the 6-a-side headstock, but I mean, it's fine. But that's why I don't have an Aria XX, because it should be symmetrical all the way up, or sort of symmetrical all the way up. In Whitesnake, no updates this year. Mr. Whitesnake had a video that I enjoyed last night. He was playing Paul Gilbert's new video. It's a live in the studio of his new song, and he is now dressed like someone from Master and Commander Far Side of the World, like a clerk in those days, possibly a bit like the way you would expect Tiny Tim's dad in Scrooge to dress, with like a tri-corner hat and like a waistcoat and what I can only describe as breeches, even though I don't really know what breeches are, but I'm pretty sure that's what they are. And then he's playing one of these, but not in his cooler colour, in red, but he's put DiMarzio pickups in it. Thinking of doing that. So there you go. This is now worth more because Paul Gilbert plays one, and Paul Gilbert would have just obviously played this one if he'd had the choice, because it's cooler than a red one. Oh. I'm on the Roadsters. Can I speak with an American accent? No. Well, maybe. No. I could speak a bit slower. B.B. King was great in his day. Saw him in his final tour, he wasn't so great. Backing band plays most of the show. It's got the red metal logo. Can't find it anywhere. It's not an F300, the one with the exhaust. Generally, the metal logo ones are better because they're earlier. I remember having two Stags. I did a video of it years ago. And they were both really cheap. Two Stag Strats. I just had one. I think I paid 15 quid for it. And my pal Ivor picked one up. I was like, you want this? It's just round the corner from his house. So he picked me up. I think it was 15 quid as well. And the one with the metal plate on it, and the other one just had the screen printing on it. And it was amazing. Honestly, the metal plate one was twice as good a guitar. Everything on the other one was lesser. It's like they'd been making this guitar for 120 quid or whatever it was, and then for a couple of years, and they thought, right, well, we don't really want to put the price up, so they just bought it for half the price. They're nothing like as good. Paul Gilbert and Buckethead, right? Yeah, but he's Mr. Whitesnake's delved into the world of synthesis. Not photosynthesis, although he is taking photos of it. B.B. King was a bam. That's the most amazing thing I've seen carved out of it. Cheers, Space Monkey, I think. Yeah, no, it's I built this before its time. I didn't realise really what I was doing this before I was mad into guitars, and I got so many things right. I just never got the final tuning things. I needed to have this stereo setup thing without having mics for this to fully function. I had so many different ways I had it wired. It's now ditched the jazz bass pickup isn't doing anything, so it's just a P bass pickup with a volume for the P bass and a tone for the P bass, and this is a volume for a 3-way switch for the guitar. And then in order to switch between the necks, I have a tuner pedal that the guitar's plugged into, going into the guitar amp, and I have it's a fuzz pedal that's not connected with a true bypass switch on it to just turn off the bass, so I can just stomp on them to switch necks rather than having some elaborate switching system while trying to make the bass go into a bass amp and the guitar go into a guitar amp. Sometimes it's just easier. The bottom of the old double take here. Oh. It's basically just, it's an Ibanez Star Destroyer. I drew around my Ibanez DT 350X series, which is basically what this is, apart from obviously it came up like the way an Explorer did, like that, and then I just like that bit there. If you just took that bit and stuck it on there, that's just the Ibanez Destroyer. Have you ever seen anyone with have you ever seen anyone who's willing to try and do a couple of hours on a live stream standing up playing a double neck guitar, like on purpose for no reason? And yeah, it balances pretty well. And if you really want to be shown off on the bass playing above a bit here, you can come in from the back, which it does mean you can get right up to the end of the fretboard, but the strap's in the way. That's its downside. Also, it's heavy as fuck. Also, whenever you try and lean it against the settee, it just takes up the whole settee. You can put a guitar there and still sit on it. No, this just like just 3 guitars. Like a king. Yeah, Rebel Well, you also, I thought you wasn't well received. I thought it was. Or did you get with the Rebel Yell Club? With the Billy Idol Club Rebel yelling at you? The Starfish? No, it worked out right. So it's called, and it's based on an Ibanez Destroyer, right? And that Destroyer had this cutout on the bottom, like a Charvel Star guitar, so it was called a Star Destroyer, like in Star Wars. So that was a Star Destroyer. This has 2 necks, so it's a Super Star Destroyer, like in Return of the Jedi when it flies and blows up into the Death Star. And for some reason, we were up in Kirkcaldy yesterday, so been talking in a silly accent, so I keep going, aye, yeah. Oh, you have to highlight, do a video in the comments. The double neck is balanced in proportions. Not exactly. There's very little guitar here. I drew this out in a bit of cardboard and I took away as much guitar as I could. So it's like, although it's taken up quite a lot of space, that's only a really thin bit. There's sod all body on either of them, really. Starfish Destroyer. Hey, Kinematiac, how's it going? Kinemaniac. You just click on his name, Yoakum. Mr. Whitesnake 8421. Species 84. That's not quite Star Trek. 8471, isn't it? Species 8472. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's some more obscure Star Trek thing. Looks like Patrick from SpongeBob. Well, if you paint it a certain way, yeah. The Bosch Katana bass combos sound great with both bass and guitar. I don't doubt it. Does it have like a guitar option in it somewhere, or does it just sound good when you plug it in as a bass amp? I'm just sitting there. I'm just thinking the amount of effort or the amount of extra money it would cost to have that option, because it's modelling and stuff anyway, so why not just have it modelling, even if it's just a clean guitar and and a distorted guitar, just the two of them, just have them on a wee switch, like on on the dials for when you have to end up. It's always going to happen. There should be a thing for that. If you've got a bass amp, it'd be nice if there was like a wee input, just a separate input that maybe just had like a filter on it to make it not as much of a bass amp. 7481 is about a IQ. It's more likely to be the model of Roadster he's got, but there you go. The chocolate starfish is that. There you go. That's not even Kit Kats that said it. I have not compared it to a Boss Katana. I haven't, but I do know that in the Berkeley studios, which we go to, outside every room has they're Swedish, an EKS 2200 watt bass head with an Ampeg 8x10 cabinet. They're all the same. Everyone has a 2 Marshall 4x12s, one with a JCM 2000 on it, and one with another Marshall head. Is that a 900? I can't remember. Or 2 Marshall, they're all the same. But outside, they've got half a dozen Fender twins that are on like a wheeled, the bottom half of a wheeled flight case, and then they've also got a line of katanas, so if you go into the studio and I don't want to play through a Marshall 4x12, I've got all my presets in the katana. You can basically just wheel in a katana, and then I assume you've got like a memory card or something with all the stuff you've been practicing at home. You just stick it in and it's all fucking same, I think. A Selmer treble and bass, that sounds good. Only comment, drink. Well, get going. I need to get into a bit more. No bass combos, just try guitar in mine. A Stag Les Paul Goth. I suppose it depends what you play on it. It was heavy gash. Weight is such a subjective thing. I have played several double necks and they're just too heavy to play. This one, to be honest, it is weighing a little bit. I've only been on for 20 minutes, but I have been playing it all day. Weight wise, it's a lot, but weight when you've got to try and hold the necks up. I mean, I had a double neck Jimmy Page type one. It was a Chibson one. Got it working and all that. And see, to actually play it at all, it was like holding up. You totally had to hold the neck all the time. You couldn't just play chords. This I could play the chords and then let go. And even if I couldn't, because I could put my arm there, I could rock it. That's the thing with the Explorer basses like that as well. You get away with it, the Explorer, because you can rest your arm there when you're not playing. And rest like that when you're... The arse drive of a Katana from back in 2020. It's alright, but it's collecting dust. Heard they sound way better with compressor in front. I have to try it. I don't know. I assume my power stance. Oh, that's it. The thing is, it's like I could... We're actually still going to be in shot. Oh. I could just sit down. Look at that for balance, sitting down, and then this way you can actually get up to the top of the neck. But it was like, it's so easy to play sitting down. Once I get a wee bit drunker, I'll sit down. I was just thinking eventually it's going to be, I'm standing up for 2 hours on a Sunday night drinking Bucky. Yeah, the only exercise I get. Hate my flying V double neck. It's almost impossible to get your hands far enough to play. What do you mean? I don't know. I did tests to make sure there was enough room between the two. I do have one. It was a double neck Telecaster I made. I put the necks much closer together and see, like, basically when you're playing the guitar, you don't touch the neck at all. You know, like, even if you're trying to, if you really, really push, you can get the back of your hand to hit that when you're playing the bass, but that's not where your hand normally is. But the thing is, even when you do hit it, it's not putting off or anything. I found that when I had the double neck telly, when the necks were dead close together, when you were playing it, you did quite often hit the back of your hand off the other neck, but it wasn't intrusive because it was just there, so you just get used to it being there. It was just like, oh, I'll just not push it any further. It never got in the way, really. body's far too large. I've got wee arms. I mean, you have to, obviously it has to be the rock stance thing. I've actually got, if anyone wants a double neck guitar kit, I've been trying to sell it, and I put it up a couple of times, and I think it's the same guy keeps offering lap here, and it just comes across as such a dick. It makes me not want to sell it to him. I hope it's not you, Kit Kats, actually. So I probably realise it's just like that. It's like pure, oh, it's pure shit. I'll give you 100 just so I don't have to look at it. And you're like, well, fuck off. You know what I mean? Didn't come to watch you sit your ass. Exactly. I'm doing the pain. That's why all these Kit Kats give me all these super chats. For playing the only, this is the only guitar like this in the world. I'll tell you that there are actually two. There is another. There is the Super Star Destroyer Mark 1. This is the Super Star Destroyer Mark 2. Because let's be honest, it worked so fucking well the first time. It was like, wow. The other one was not as rounded as this. It was a bit more like the edge of a Telecaster type thing, but basically the same shape. This bit here wasn't. This kind of went straight up to here. It was like kind of blocked in here. The junction was in line like that, so you couldn't get above. Not that you ever really need to get above that on the bass. And it was like an Encore P-bass and an Encore Stratocaster. Was it a Stratocaster? Whatever it was. And then it was like, oh, I could do it. I'll build it up. It had the best wiring. It just had one output, a three-way switch, and the three-way switch was two single-coil pickups, so it was like that pickup, or the bass. In fact, I put a five-way switch in it, so it was that pickup, both the pickups, that pickup, or that pickup and the bass, and then the bass just on a five-way switch. And it was like, you're right, this concept works so well, I'm going to do it again. Rather than starting off with an Encore, I'll start off with Washburns and make it better. And I spent ages sanding it. T-Rex don't play no double neck. Alright, like that. You can. I'm sure you can. Well, it's going to have to be. Can you play any T-Rex? It's like, oh, I'll give it a shot. So it's like. Can swing and shout. Let it all hang out. But you fool, another. Yeah, so that there is the world's first ever person to play T-Rex. Play T-Rex like a T-Rex. Say it's good. Everybody says it's just like Robin Hood. The knee support of that guitar looks like the nose of that weird dude doing the microtonal guitar with drums. Kind of White Stripes acid. I don't know what that is, but yeah. Super chats cost money, but if I catch you the word from action to the airsoft, I'll get you $2 a bucket. I watched an amazing documentary called Sly Lives, about Sly and the Family Stone. Highly recommended. Alright, I don't really know anything about Sly and the Family Stone. There's Shaky Blues! Yeah, Mr. Weisney, never, you can do anything. You can even play with yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I've actually been bored making I mean, I suppose I could make a short out of that. There you go, it's like playing T-Rex like a T-Rex. Could start a whole new thing where it's like, what other T-Rex songs can be played? Can you do the guitar? So it's not, you can't get the same. It's got to be a bass like this so you can get your hand proper over the top. Oh, you can even play it like a piano. There we go. Look at like that. I have to say that what I am missing a lot is fuzz bass. There just isn't room for me to put a fuzz pedal in this though. I can't put a fuzz pedal in it. Look at it. It's a really fancy thing. Look at this neck. Look at how difficult that was to carve and make that all smooth. Oh. The Fender Bassman was a bass amp that ended one of the greatest guitar amps of all time. That's exactly what happened. Also, the Marshall was just a copy of a Fender Bassman circuit as well. So it's like, yep, people used the Fender Bassman because it was amazing for guitar, but Marshall also made their own Fender Bassman and it was just a guitar amp. You never used to get bass amps. Well, you got both. That's Becky Dimmock, something Anvil would use, possibly. It's not quite nope, that's Kansas. Yeah, I haven't seen that film in ages. I did enjoy the film. If you've never seen the film Anvil, it's well worth a watch. I actually missed the opportunity. My wee brother worked in the cinema in Glasgow, and he didn't tell me about it because he didn't think I would like to see it, and I'd never heard of it anyway. But apparently Anvil played in the cinema after it. The band were there at the first UK screening or whatever it was. Oh. Stanley Jordan playstyle, I don't know who that is. Pedal Loop and Wizard, Black Sabbath. I don't have a harmonica. Keep walking, turning around, just running around. Do you remember what the solo goes like? Did I just play a theme from... No, but I'm going to treat it like a request to try and play if I can remember. It's like... What's that? That's not... I wish I knew it. I wish I remember. It's a riff like that that keeps playing. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. I do love Snake Plissken. I can hear the synth sound. No, it'll come to me. I know it's fantastic. EHX MiG-50 your Softecker Bassman. Yeah, I don't... Is it? Is the Bay... I can't remember. The MiG-60 is quite different from the MiG-50. I can't remember what the difference is, though. Oh. Escape before War 2. Just because I could play all Black Sabbath. It was something a bit more challenging than that. It would be better. Oh, yeah. I used to start up a second band. That's the next. The Black Sabbath band's up and running. Things keep happening. Now, the drummer's having to have an operation on his kidney. It's like, so. But we'll get going. Basically, if you haven't been to see us, you should have come when there was any opportunity. But we'll be playing a gig next year as well, I'm sure. I'm not sure exactly what's happening. Hey, Amp Wales! Fresh with the guitar show, didn't spend, yeah. I'm surprised you didn't buy like a poster or something. He did, yeah. Had to go to old AB Cinema in Glasgow. Used to see Escape from LA quite a few times. Used to go with my boyfriend, never got to see the end, right? I don't know why. What would you be doing in the old MGM? But yeah. Escape from LA is really... it's You've got to watch it, but no. Escape from New York though. It's really annoying. Is that not the Running Man? It's the Running Man that in it. There's a company called Pedal Parts to make a guitar pop with a mini fuzz circuit built onto it. Would fit that in that bass push pull action to activate it. My mate has a distortion pot in the Strat. Yeah, I've had that before. It's like a variable one. Yes. I kind of. It's complicated though because of the way I like to run it. I wouldn't want it just to have the fuzz pedal. I'd want to have the jazz bass pickup, which to be fair is there running through the fuzz pedal, and then some way of making it. Maybe you could pull it to activate it, but you still need the controls. You still need the fuzz to be able to dial it in. Like it's quite trying to mix a clean bass pickup with a fuzz bass pickup. You have to be pretty accurate with it, but when you get it, it's fucking amazing. Sounds like you've double tracked basically. I remember going in there to see Austin Powers 2, I think, with Bucky, and didn't really see much of the film either, but I wasn't snogging, I was just in with my pals drinking Bucky and laughing, and it's just like, the bit where, my God, look, it's and then it would cut to, hey Willie, what's that over there? My God, it's like an enormous balls. Yeah, that bit. Hilarious. New John Birch. Smash out the proper crucifix inlays. Wow. I wonder how that works. How much does it cost compared to like an Epiphone or a Gibson one? Because they brought out a cheaper one. They brought like an SG special one that wasn't 10 grand. It was like, I don't know, between a special and a standard, like kind of 1,500 quid or something like that, which is not that bad really. But I mean the John Birch thing, I've still got a thought of keeping that, getting that wee Eros thing, trying to get John Birch pickups for that, just to make it, because that's the one Geezer Butler had. Even though I have seen pictures of the Geezer Butler playing a Gibson EBO that's got John Birch pickups in it, so it's possible that one that's stripy is actually a Gibson, but I had a rare bird tune. Brother Louis by the Stories, 1973. I wouldn't know it. I'd have never heard it. Was enough for one? Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's very difficult. I mean, quite a few of us are in this zone where you're sitting there, and we've all got guitars that cost 100 quid, a couple hundred quid. So not pure crazy mega bargains. You know, we've got guitars that are kind of really only worth that, but are as good as any guitar. And so it's like, if it's like $2,000 to get like an SG, you know that how much better is it than, you know, the wee Magic guitars, like the wee Roadster or the wee, just the ones that are just the old ABC was the best. I remember going to see Star Trek, the really good one, the really good Star Trek film that you just forget's really good, but every time you watch it you go, oh, fucking watch that, and it's fucking really good. The one with not Christopher Reeves, what's his name from oh bastard, that's really annoying. The guy from The Sound of Music as a Klingon. It's fucking amazing. Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, or Star Trek 5, The Undiscovered Country, whatever one that one is. I remember seeing that in there, and there was a hand in front of the credits at the start, and then just before the film started, the hand, whoever it was like, oh shit, or there was something in front of the camera or something, and it was like pure. But it was great. I also saw Twin Peaks in there, and it was an 18 that I got to go in and see when I was only 13, so it was like I was significantly too young for everything. Yep. Is the Roland Cube 20GX? I don't think it'd be too loud. It's not a Valve amp. That's the advantage of these wee ones. They honestly sound better than big amps. Right, I'm sorry, I have to try and catch up. Happy Defender Flower Power Strat Acoustic. Oh wow, the Flower Power one. Oh wow. I like the Telecaster one. I remember seeing one in Amsterdam for €300 and thinking, oh, fucking that'd be awesome. What a guitar costs and the value to are often two different things. Well, exactly, but I'm not just saying value, because you can really love a guitar that's not very good, but I mean, I'm saying we've all got guitars that are, like, on paper, or I go measure that or have a shot of that, it's really good. You mean, you're not... Nobody's going to pick up that Roadster and not go, this is a really good guitar. Maybe I don't like Strats, but still, this is a really good one. Yeah. Think about a Dean ML, Dean from Hell would be good. I'm 6 years into guitar. Will that be good? I don't know. Are you mad into? Has it got a Floyd Rose on it? I found that. I mean, I always say I like big stupid. The thing is, this kind of deserves it. This needs to be this size. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the Dean is like, it's like a bit like carrying a door. But ultimately, if you think it looks cool, that's the thing. I was rather a Flying V. A genuine vintage Hofner. My contemporary is just as good and feels more solid. Yeah, but the thing is, the value in the price of the Hofner violin bass is not in the fact that it was an expensive bass new. It's just because it's old. You know, it wasn't good at the time. Nobody else ever used it apart from Paul McCartney. Is Starkit Picture? I've never watched it. I gave up. Ethical question. Should you have the right to strip a beginner of their mid to high end guitar, claim rank, or like a knight, take some off a page? Don't really know what you mean. There you go. Wait, Luffa. There's your. I've got a Dean ML. I'm thinking of buying a Dean ML. I can't understand you, man. You speak too fast. I've been drinking Buckfast. It's got caffeine in it. I'll try and slow down. It's like the people are commenting too much, so I'm trying to keep up. Hey, the Ink Gamer from Sunderland. Yeah, but you're the north as well, technically. But we all love a Harley Benton, but good to have a few blazers about it. Okay, so yes, that's it. Does. I mean, I do use occasional Scottish words, but I normally use them the rest of the time I'm actually speaking quite correctly. I'm quite educated, you know. I can do the Scottish person trying not to have an accent. It's where I speak much slower and much clearer, although I've got this stupid teeth thing in, which is making me buying shells and chips. Not a fan of Dean guitars. They look cool, but I don't like the necks they use. Best thing to do is try them in person and see if it feels for you. I had one that I really did like. It was a Dean Baby. I think it was a Baby ML. The Baby ML is a much more sensible shape. It's more this size. A real ML it's huge. It's absolutely massive. It was all right. I mean, the thing was, at the time they were kind of like £100 guitar. The the Baby ML and the Baby Z, and they're actually pretty good guitars. I don't know if you don't really see them kicking about very much. I think people are just keeping them because they're only going to get 50 quid for them, but they are good. I would have one of them over a big one, and I would get one that doesn't have a Floyd Rose because it'll be cheap. You don't really need one. Met Paul from my house yesterday. Oh, good stuff. Northern England to Scotland, rest of me. Yeah, Ink Gamer. Once we break free, we'll that border's on going to be made a Harris fence. You can just move up and join us. Falco's really from Edinburgh. That's like, see, that's where it's like, I'll bring up that. I don't mind the thing about whatever it was. The first comment was something about fucking gay pride or something like that because I'm wearing a rainbow t-shirt, I assume. And it's like, don't be saying I'm from Edinburgh. You know what I mean? Meet me at the casino. Yeah. One thing, the Dimebag's all of a deep V neck. Maybe that's a different model. I'm thinking of the Dean. You do realise I'm now just sitting and realising I did have the baby ML, right, which didn't have a V-neck. And I had a base one. And I had a Chinese camouflage one with a Floyd's Rose. Would that be the same? It didn't have a V-neck. Any of them, but it doesn't mean... maybe it's a different one. It's Loney, yeah, totally. So would this be before the Washburn B20? Is that why it's not Washburn B20? Because I get the feeling that I would have seen some of the advantages of the B20 and not having this. To be honest, I might have thought of the Super Star Destroyer thing when I made the first one. Because this, obviously you could make this as an A20. Did you ever see when I made the Shocking Bird, which had a Mockingbird horn on the bottom? It's a Telecaster with a Mockingbird horn. It's amazing. I need to dig that out and put strings on it. I also made another Mockingbird, but instead of having the horn of a Mockingbird, the horn of an A20. Never really did much with that. The MM models that aren't the Dignister signatures have standard necks. Oh, right, mine... I have had dime signatures, but I was thinking there was a Washburn one I had, which I didn't really like. A dime 332 or something like that was called. Did a rock covers gig last night near Southampton with a pal who had a 1978 Burnley Les Paul sounded epic straight into an orange valve head cranked up. The thing that I think... an argument I could have like that, if you're recording or doing something for like a YouTube video, like something like that, I'm playing through Rolling Cubes, that's not the same as like if you're in a room and someone's playing through, you didn't say a 30 watt, a 50 watt orange head through a 4x12 or whatever, and a Les Paul straight into it. That is different no matter how well you record, like for your CD, an amp. And it's the same with a drum kit. It doesn't really matter how well you record it or how good your stereo is. It's like when there's a drummer there and you've got a real bass player and you can feel it in your chest, it's another level. It's better than hi-fi, that's why. Very difficult to get that way, but I mean, once you get it, it's fucking amazing. But I bet you it sounded fucking amazing. Shocking Bird did get out of it too, yeah. Just recorded a 2-minute video with my Vox and Les Paul. Vox 15R. I think that might be the one that, I don't think, maybe even a 30. I think even though it was modelling or as a dial for how many watts it was, which was quite cool. What was that, Ed? What was it I was recording at the start? Oh! You should do another loop. I'm sure I probably could put a video up, but I don't know. I don't know exactly how to do it. Anyone ever remember there used to be my I'm sure it was actually a Vox. My pal Mark's brother used to have a Les Paul, and I'm sure it was a Vox. I'm sure there used to be a Vox imported like your Grant or Satellite, but it was by Vox at some point. Not seen one for a while. I think Vox were maybe owned by a lot of different people. Maybe not the smartest people. As they decided to make the... Same as the Sombra ones. Oh, well, the Sombra, right, okay, yeah. Not seen Alex yet. I got, if you look on the Malco secret guitar group, Alex has been threatened. He's got like it was a Telecaster, very much like the Mad Catz Prince one, but it's ivory white with a tortoiseshell scratch plate. It's basically the Prince one. And then he got that Jazzmaster with the mad Trevor Wilkinson pickup, the wiring, which was like kind of just done using filters. But if you set it in certain ways, but it wasn't very intuitive, but if you set it did sound like kind of almost like your Variacs, apart from completely passive with no circuits in it. Just, I think it had a dummy coil in it, and it was just basically combinations of the pickup and the dummy coil to get you a Telecaster sound and to get you a Strat sound. It fucking worked amazingly well. So he's now bought a jazz bass to match it. Strip the mystery piece of shit down, Mark, no clues what the body once was. The electrics need help. The signal vanishes by the time it reaches the output jack, but the connections are good. Just chase it through. I did earlier on managed to work out how to do the bypass switch on the wee rolling cube. That's a big video for that coming up. I'm going to try and edit it down to like 3 minutes, and it'll be a big hitter because I tried to work out how to do it. There's no videos on YouTube. And it's not the same as the other one, but just by logically working out what it is you shorter to make it do it, so I can use it for what I'm doing it just now. Hello Sailor Effects, Abbey Road Fuzz. Bloody hell, it was good. It's a rotary switch to revoice it, and it sounded incredible. Just Sabbath grind nicely, nice. Yeah, watch it after. You never just stop commenting because you're watching it. Watch it in shifts. Vox did make that teardrop guitar. Be pretty cool. I mean, it does look cool. I can't say I ever wanted one. It's not like pure, I want one of those Vox teardrops, but I get it. Someone hit you. I mean, I don't know if did I want this? Well, I don't know. It's like someone in the comments was sort of pure. It looks a bit like Derek Smalls. It's like pure. To be honest, I did have. I think the picture where he's playing the double neck. I think it's for Big Bottom when everyone's playing a bass apart from Derek Smalls, who's got like a bass and an 8-string bass. Actually, think about it. The headstocks on it are in line as well, but it's 2 basses, so the 2 basses are in line, whereas this one isn't. This one is offset. Maybe it was a bit more. I don't know where this idea came with having the headstocks in line. Fucking worked though. Chest to signal all works individually, but together when I've repainted the body, I sent it to fix it. Nice and easy. Pretty. Just poke it with your finger. It could be right down to the jack socket, just where one of the wires broke. Actually, that's what happened in this. One of the actual wire coming from the pickup was broken after I'd shielded it. I went in and copper shielded it. It's really, really buzzing bad, and it's just because it's never worked long enough. It's always been more of a comedy, get it out and play a song thing, and then go, I've got to set up all this different shit. All I've really got to do to work this is put in this insert lead. It's only got one output socket. I'm not really looking forward to the thought of trying to put other jack sockets or drums, because this thing's fucking solid ash, and it's a kitchen worktop, so it's pure tough. Do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you could balance this between 2 bricks and then drive a car over it and it wouldn't snap. Well, it might crush the bridge and break the pickups, but the body wouldn't snap. Do you know what I mean? It's pure ridiculous. It's crying out for Big Bottom. It's only got 1 bass neck though. The sweeter the cushion, the bigger the pushing. And that's what she said. The dream day is my lucky bum day. That's what she said. Yeah, totally remember that. Just give me some lyrics and we'll get that going. Thinking it's earthing out. Sometimes you just go away and come back into it again. I've been used days, but my fucking fun days, but that's what she said. Big cushion, the bigger the pushing. The bigger the cushion, the sweeter the pushing, or so it said. The bigger the waistband, the dicker the quicksand. Oh, that's what I wrote. Wanted to go with my pink torpedo. Big bottom, talk about bomb cakes, my life goes. Yeah, okay. Back in the cushion, more chat to find the rock. Oh dear. No, it's the bit, my favourite line. It's when it goes like that, pure. It's when it goes, how can I leave this behind? And it's like pure. It's like, see, it's really clever because it's double. How can you leave this behind? As I know, just moving on from this subject, and also how can you leave this bottom? Yes, it's clever. Many bum notes. It's all bum notes. Yeah. They did have some good. Have anyone ever heard "Break Like the Wind"? That song. I can pull it. I'd left that guitar on. Shows you how much better it's earthed. We are the children who pray to God. We are the thumbs on a stranger's hand. Bell-dyed voices to. If only I could remember how to play that. Hey Kenneth, how's it going? If I just said, listen to how the flower people go. Yeah. Well, the best part is if I can remember, if only I can remember how it went. Because it's got Jeff Beck and all that all doing the most ridiculous song. It's all these. I think it's Satriani, and Jeff Beck and Slash, and all that. And it's like you're listening to it. I think Alan Holdsworth is on it. I think it's Alan Holdsworth that does the absolutely fucked up bit. It's got to be, doesn't it? Can someone Google that? Is Alan Holdsworth in Break Like the Wind? The Majesty of Rock, the Majesty of Rock, the Ministry of Roll. I've got the single of that with the scratch and sniff cover, and it's like ye old beef smell. It's been scratched before I got it to see if it was, and then I scratched it. It was just printed on it. It didn't actually have a scratch and sniff. Master of Puppets. No, but somebody check out this Alan Holdsworth, because honestly, there's one of the solos in that the end bit, which is all famous people doing this mad bit, Break Like the Wind. Someone check it. I think it's Alan Holdsworth. There's one that goes, it's fucking ridiculous. I'm now trying to remember how it goes. Hey, Wendell, play some. Is it people just getting like playing some? Please, can I play some? I used to be able to play. I can't remember how it goes now. I used to be able to play the greatest song. I used to be able to play I used to be, I haven't played any Tenacious D forever. I used to be able to play the greatest song in the world back. Ironically, I forgot how to play it. I'm sure it's A minor. Remember the greatest song in the world. Remember the greatest song in the world. I used to be able to play it. It was Steve Lukather who did the absolutely mental solo. Possibly Steve Lukather's one I would expect to be in it, but I think Jeff Beck's in it as well. So I don't know who it is. It maybe tells you online if you actually look it up, because obviously it was before the internet when I bought the cassette. I don't know if it's in the order. There's just one where it's just silly. It went, who does that one? It's ridiculous. That's a big thing, mate. Another great documentary I recently watched was a great rock piano, Nicky Hopkins. I know he's in an awful lot of stuff. Was it just a YouTube documentary? I think I watched it recently. It's quite interesting. I don't know Faith No More at all, no. The Epiphone, Bob Marley, Les Paul, bargain at £900. But are there Gibson pickups in it? Obviously, if anyone's looked up Washburn Hawk, you found out that it used to be, I think at one point it was the most expensive guitar ever sold at auction. But I mean, I think it's still top 10 for a Washburn Hawk owned by Bob Marley, and there's no photos of him ever playing it. So it's like, it's a weird one. I don't know if it was some sort of tax dodge or something. I don't know. I was like, it's a work, but I mean, fair enough if he played, but there's no pictures of him. Surely they would have played at a gig and would have taken a photo or something at some point. But no. Oh. Hey, sorry, I was just treading water till you got back. So, no new guitars this week. I bought new guitars if nobody else did. I suppose I'll just start off with the guitar. But anyone want a wee electroacoustic? Anyone want me to fall over that stool? Aye. Couldn't remember the greatest song in the world. See if I can remember, that'd be pretty good. Well, what can I play that starts off with an acoustic and then goes in? Hold on, sorry. Yeah. It's unwritten contract when you've got a double neck guitar, you have to play Stairway at some point. It was a Suzuki acoustic for sale, Breathe Under 25, but decided to be good. Well, I don't know how you play Happy Birthday. Has it not got copyright restrictions on it? Birthday to you, happy birthday. Nancy Wilson, yeah, she's also a Washburn Wings player. If you're in there, Wales get the white one. It's apparently one of the guys that runs the Washburn pages thinks that my win's a Nancy Wilson signature. It's not. It's just white, but kind of looks very much like it. One of their Nighthawks. I talked to Mr. Whitesnake about the Nighthawks. He had one. I think the thing is, had one. Because, yeah, totally Mr. Whitesnake. Just the fact that you're probably, I don't know. Okay, you're probably only 500 miles away, Mr. Whitesake. Sorry, you know what I mean? 1990 Les Paul Studio with Lawler pickups and Vox Pathfinder uploaded soon video. Stop picking them up. Do it, wait till afterwards. I'll link them at the end. People are disappearing watching your videos. Jesus. Hey, Jeff. Talk about watching news. I don't know what I like to watch the news. Yeah, so there was my new guitar. It's an SX with electroacoustic. So it's got to be, I've got it up for 65 quid. It's got to be worth that. It's got a tuner built into it. I unmodded it. So it was like someone had been at it and made it, they'd filed the nut down so it was just too low, and they'd take the saddle down and the action was so low. It surprisingly played. I think they must have done the frets as well to get it pure. Unless it was maybe for someone who only had one hand. Do you know what I mean? So they, it's almost like that kind of thing. So I made it work now. We're just having a wee bit of I want a good Nighthawk. It's a Shitehawk, yeah. So a Nighthawk's a day in black flame top, 400 quid. There is, I don't know if they were ever really that expensive. I don't think they sold very well. I was really put off with it. I expected it to be quite a good guitar. I remember, I think they were sort of currently new. I remember, I don't know what I ever did with them. I should fucking keep what I was thinking. I used to go into like McCormick's Music and they would just have guitar catalogues, like Ibanez ones and all that. I had Ibanez catalogues for a good 4 years just because you just went into the shop and just picked them up. They were free. Bastards. I wish I'd kept them. I wish I'd gone out to the shop every year and just bought guitars that maybe I'm not really that into Ibanez, you know what I mean? But fuck, just buy them anyway. And 3 pickup Nighthawk that hasn't been abused and doesn't have a dodgy neck. Do they have dodgy necks? I thought, I think Mr. Whitestate, do you not see that the pickups were one of the worst things ever? Did I not hear there was something about Bill Lawrence? Bill Lawrence did, this is links to my Schecter bass as well, because it's Schecter Telecaster, because it's got OBL, which is original Bill Lawrence pickups. But very similar to happened with Don Lace, Bill Lawrence designed pickups called the Velvet Brick for Gibson, for the Gibson Sonics. And they bought X amount and stuff like that. And then he was like, oh, that's fine, cool. Right, okay, so I'll just go on with building my own pickups. And Gibson's like, no, we've got exclusive rights to your pickups. And because he had such a legal team, basically he wasn't allowed to make any more pickups. All he was allowed to do was make these OBL pickups for Gibson. Right, so eventually what happened was he ended up suing and he'd make his own pickups, and basically Gibson ended up owning the name Bill Lawrence pickups. And then they started making Bill Lawrence pickups and they made them intentionally shit and they put them in guitars, which they totally used to do. My original Epiphone 96 SG, it had intentionally shite sounding pickups in it, so it wasn't better than the Gibson, because I've given it away now, but honestly, the difference between it and the Gibson quality wise was nothing, really. The pickups were so I think at that era there was an element of getting Samick to build these guitars and they're too good. let's put the shitest pickups in it. So what they did was they intentionally made shite Bill Lawrence pickups because they were pissed off with him. Maybe he won. There were a few Nighthawk runs. I remember the guy I bought my I've just dented the top of it. The guy I bought my Schecter metal scratch plate, which should be going on that. I keep thinking about it. It should be on that. He had a Gibson Nighthawk, and it was turquoise with gold heart, or almost like the Ibanez, maybe a darker turquoise, and it had the funny pickups at a funny angle. But it was like a Gibson with Gibson etched on it, and it was like a sort of P90, and it was like a proper. It looked old, but I don't know how old they actually were. Like when they first came out. It was a vintage version, or possibly, I don't know. I've actually got is it sitting there? That must be through next door. Jen painted as PRS Starla. And it's very much a Gibson Marauder. It's kind of weird, these things kind of come around, not like the Nighthawk. The Nighthawk makes more sense, the Marauder seems quite big. And a real good one was beautiful and well made, but there you go. I got a Hondo Les Paul Truth Project, ash body, maple neck and fretboard. I'm thinking Mick Ronson style build. Ash body, maple neck. Oh, maple fretboards. Oh, they're cool. And I like them. Just because why not? I think you've just kind of got, if it's already maple and if it's already all natural, go for all natural and have black pickup surrounds, chrome hardware and cream DiMarzio Super Distortion looking pickups, whatever they are, or just buy DiMarzio Super Distortions. There's an era of Hondo Les Paul that are really good. There's one, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's a bolt-on neck, and it's kind of got stringers on it. I think the whole body might be stringers. Kind of looks like, you get your through neck. It's kind of like that. They used to see them quite a lot, and they're fucking really good guitars. They could do with a bit of a. You can do the tuners and you can do the pickups, but I mean the actual guitars themselves are amazing. 77, 79. So that's before the Japanese ones. It could be, I don't really know. The one I'm thinking of is more 84 or something like that. It's after Japanese. Good kit, but one with the DiMarzios in it. So I didn't know there were Ks with DiMarzios. I know there was Hondos with DiMarzios. You can tell by the sticker on the back said the H730D for DiMarzio. Pressed top ash laminate with an ash core, so halfway between Les Paul and a 335. Oh, there you go, yeah. The thing is, you got to look at when you're looking at budget guitars. Sorry, budget guitars of that era. Some things you could get and some things you couldn't get. So things like tuners were very different. You didn't really have the option you get now, where even if you're buying one set of tuners from AliExpress or whatever, you can get a set of tuners for like a $5 or a $10 that are totally fine. You know what I mean? They'll last 20 years, no problem. Just decent tuners. Just get the second shitest ones. They're fine. And the same things with pickups. You get pickups that sound good for a tenner. Back then, you didn't. You had to make them yourself in your factory. So what they did have was wood. So wood fretboards, putting the frets in, putting the, admittedly could be a shit bridge in the right place. All the building parts are there, just a case of maybe splotting in higher quality because they're much mass produced now. If it's a Les Paul tailpiece, but you've just basically just replaced a lot. And you end up with something that's better than anything Harley Benton have ever made. Yep. Was watching Link Ray videos. There's a lot more to that guy than Rumble. I really don't know that much about him, but I think so, yeah. I don't know, the story. He's definitely got DiMarzio's, yeah. They say made in Japan in the back. Or was it just DiMarzio looking pickups? Because obviously you get lots of DiMarzio looking pickups. But that's just, I mean, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at my RG here. I'm going to give it another go with these pickups, but I think I'm going to have to, I can swap them back out again. I'm going to put other pickups in it. I don't really know which ones to put in yet. I need to have a wee think about it. I do have a couple of DiMarzio Super Distortions. I've got one in my Raider, which I don't like in the Raider. And I've got one in my Clipper 6, which I don't like in the Clipper 6. So I could put 2 original 70s DiMarzio Super Distortions into that for a laugh. Oh, even had these DiMarzio stickers on them, bastards. How come it went for 76 quid and how come you didn't buy it? And really, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be don't be so fucking eager to shout at your daughter. You can shout at your daughter anytime you want. In many ways, it's better to build up all that rage for a good shouting and then go buy the guitar the whole time, letting that rage fester. And then when you actually go back to your daughter, she's forgotten about it, and it'll be like a pure surprise when you fucking scream your head off, and you've got a little bit of a confidence boost from having just bought 2 sets of 2 DiMarzio for 76 quid. That's a bad thing, but I mean, still, you could have bought the guitar and then waited a wee bit longer and then I've spent a bit more time building up rage. You know what I mean? So, is there any difference? The sound just does that sound any different to the Street Cube which I've been using, the new one? Jim Carrey's been Claude. What? So it's getting some crazy news over there, and I was going to say Millport, but Rothsay. But I was very good at that pile of stuff on that guitar. I don't like Ibanez IBZ pickups. I have 3 guitars on them. Right, that's those ones. I don't know. Oh, we're kind of band around there. I put some in every guitar I own. As it stands, I keep buying DiMarzio equipped guitars and not stripping them apart. Well, that's it. The thing is, you look at it, and it's like, I've thought about it before, and it's like, you sell the guitar. Jen's selling a guitar just now. If anyone's after a Washburn, she's got a Washburn that's got, I'm not sure exactly what neck pickups, but it's like a Seymour Duncan hot rail, and it's got a Seymour Duncan and bridge pickup, and it's gold flake amp wheels. You'd like this. It's a KC40 or something like that, but it's really fucking nice. Floyd's Rosie Super Strat, like 300 quid. It's like nice. I don't know if you want to put the same pickups every guitar, yeah, but I mean, the reason I put it in the Clipper 6 and the other one's in the Kraken. I need to have a wee look at that and try and work out what it is that's going on. I don't like the Fender pickup. I'm going to sell the Fender pickup. I think I need to find another pickup. I quite fancy, there's a Seymour Duncan quarter pounder, which is actually a coil tap pickup. The only coil tap pickup that you can buy. So a quarter pounder telly bridge pickup might be quite nice. That means I could have like a pure super jangly one. I'm still a bit concerned that because of where the bridge is sitting, it's just a wee bit difficult. Sometimes it just needs time and tweaking. That's what this needed. This is now working the way I always kind of knew it should have, but it worked. But the wiring was wrong and just it wasn't quite right. Now it seems lovely. I can't get that zoom thing to work either. It was a super bargain, one of those. Well, I've not really been in it to fix it. I've built up a wee bit of confidence breaking into that cube and doing it, but it's got like it's like one of these super recording things, and it just says no card, and there is a card in it. So what I think it is the card slot where it doesn't click in really convincingly. So I think maybe if I take it to bits, if I can get it to bits, maybe just change the card slot or scrape it or bend it or something, I might be able to get it to work. Could be a handy thing. Also, got a cable tester, which, let's be honest, it just looks cool as fuck. lights on it. That's a cool thing, and it does test. I'm actually interested to on. You can test like an XLR to jack socket by just plugging into the XLR and the jack socket. It's like, yep, there we go. So I can test everything. I'll be able to sell lead tested. I love Tone Rider and Iron Gear pickups, but the old DRs just do it for me. I think slowly it just depends. They're all good. See the ones you get from China, the ones that look the same as the DiMarzios. They kind of sound like them. It's kind of bizarre, and I have to say that with the Invader ones as well. The Invader ones do sound like Invaders, bizarrely so, because I've got guitars that I've got those pickups in it. Also, the Invaders sound really good. I'm not a huge, whoever it is that uses Invaders, death metal Slayer fan, but that's not really what Invaders are. Invaders aren't active EMGs. They don't sound like that. They're just really cool pickups. So don't be knocking Invaders. They are good. I have one of those multiply Hondos on big bag somewhere. I have to say it didn't set the world on fire for me. Don't get the whole Hondo craze at all. If you compare it to, it's basically the same as an Epiphone Les Paul from like one of the really good Epiphone Les Pauls if they're set up right. They learnt it. I don't really get. If you're comparing it to what is the difference between a well set up Hondo Les Paul like that and whatever the equivalent Epiphone is, which is 6 times the price, is it's a chasm. It's better. Just put MMK45s into the Pearl Bruford Lasso. See what it sounds like. I have no issues with the MMK45 pickups when they're in the guitars that they come in. They sound great, but see when you try and put them in something else, they sound shit. How does that work? Have they actually been specifically chosen for the guitar that they go in? Because I mean, I've got like Westone, my thing has them, my Westone Concord has them and stuff like that. They sound they're perfect pickups for that guitar. The coil split, no, fucking the phase are amazing. But I've tried putting them in. I tried putting one in the Raider and it sounded shite. Even though it would have originally have had an MMK45 pickup, it would have. Yeah, it didn't work. The world's worst Hondo, a bit of true plywood wonder. There are so many Hondos, some are awesome and some are shite. Sloaney, is it the one I had? Is it the one where I said this is the worst Hondo I've ever played? When I kind of lost, it's like an early one, and did it have like a flat top? And when it had a pick guard, and when you took the pick guard off, it was routed behind it, like the way a Telecaster sometimes is. If it's that, then I thought that was the worst guitar I ever played. It was one of those ones where, oh, I'll get that. Because I was thinking, I was sort of started fixing up guitars. I played a few Hondos, like that Hondo, the Prince Telecaster, not fucking great. But this one, and it was like I got it in, and it was just the fingerboard was plywood on its side, and the neck was plywood, and you're like, this is just beyond cheap. It's like there's not any way of upgrading this. All the bits are shit. You think, oh, I could put a better bridge on it. You could. Or you could put better pots in that work. You could put better pickups in it. Yeah, you could, but you need a new neck. Yeah, but then it's like the body's shite as well. So you basically just need another guitar. Just said 20 views of your first video shot. As long as it wasn't at my expense, Victory. Yeah. I think it's just basically a DiMarzio clone. I don't know. It's like, if you've got an expensive guitar, I get they want to put pickups in it, like, something like the Kraken or the Corker. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to put, you can't even see them there, but, I'm not going to put Warman pickups in them. No offence to Josie Warman, but I'm going to put the most expensive pickups I can find in it just because they're expensive. Flat top, but the routing is the same as an LP. It took me 2 weeks to change the electrics as the routing holes were tiny. Oh. I actually had a wee bit of an explosive fit against Dave making the Kraken guitar and such things. It's like, look, for fuck's sake. Okay, I get that you've put in, not a standard Seymour Duncan wire, so you've designed it. It's like, yeah, but what happens if somebody wants to fucking put extra wires through? Because let's be honest, I do very often want to put extra wires through. I want to replace some of the pickup cables that are like a hair in a tube with something that's got like 30 hairs in a tube so it doesn't fucking break. It's not pure thin, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's fine, you don't need a good pickup. The pickup wire's obviously really thin, yeah, but I kind of want more than one chance. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, if it's a wee bit wobbly, there's 30 other fucking cables next to it to carry it. Oh. Was the plywood flat sawn or quarter sawn? The thing is, we're talking about that Hondo Les Paul there, the one that, I mean, it is basically plywood. There's lots of stripes. But the thing is, it's plywood made up of good wood. So it is mahogany and ash and whatever it is they've got, bits left over from making furniture, but it is all those woods. It's not the plywood you get in B&Q for boarding up your windows or for building a skateboard ramp, you know, with knots and shit in it. It's high quality plywood. Higher than marine. I've got no problem with plywood. My the Yazuki Telecaster's plywood sounds fucking amazing. One of the best Telecasters I've ever played. Started playing the guitar in 1972, is 4 years old. My opinion gets stronger decades. It's all on your fingers and skills and feeling for the instrument, no matter brand, pickup, strings, amp, pedals. There's a lot on that, Yoakum, yes. Obviously, there's a wee asterisk there. You need, we want to have a guitar that plays all the notes. You know what I mean? Yes. You know what I mean? Every guitar should do that. We just know that they don't all do that. As long as it plays all of them and it's relative, it's well set up, you can... Pickups and shit don't really matter, and if your action's a bit high, it doesn't really matter. As long as it's not buzzing everywhere and shit. Do you know what I mean? But that's the thing when it comes into, you know, a well set up £150 guitar sounds better than most £1,000 guitars. If you get a Roadster, it sounds better than most guitars. Had to sand the wire out, so a bit of sandpaper wrapped around the drill bit just to get the wind up to fit the thicker wire through. Yes, I've been there, Sloaney. Oh. That's the thing when people ask you to do. I've not been doing it, but to wire their guitar, and it's like, if you give me the bit you can't, it's like you're not really good at soldering, right? See, if you're, the thing is, if you are tech savvy enough to do this, you're going to be able to have worked out how to solder just by buying a £5 Temu soldering iron and trying it. That's what I would have done. That's what I did do. So you do that, you know what I mean? But it's oh yeah, totally. I just can't solder much into pickups, and it's like you get them, and the pickups don't fit in the holes in the guitar. The pickup rings are a different size, and the holes aren't big enough. You've got to route them out to take the big stuff, and it's like, and it's just like, look, I'm not really wiring a guitar. I'm building it because you've got to make everything fit in it. This is an absolute nightmare. Look at how I've sort of got. Well, okay, this pickup's not doing it. I've got a bass, a P bass, and two humbuckers, and a P bass switch. And a push-pull pot all to go in one Telecaster plate and a knob. Fucking difficult. You got to choose what's the most important to you. Your Greco acoustic is one of the best acoustics I've ever played. It's spruce and mahogany laminate, 54 Hz. Again, the whole idea of the solid top guitar or the solid body, the completely solid body guitar. And I remember there was a thing, was it not only... in the last few years, this is getting a wee bit heavy now, I have to say. That's been an hour and a half standing, holding this thing. It is a little bit heavy. I might move on to another guitar, but I might just bear it out. So it's not many guitars you can do. I'll do 2 hours, right? Okay, another half hour this on. I'll maybe just change the angle of it a little bit. I could also go for the double shoulder strap thing. Would maybe work. Can I rest it on my leg if I have to? There we go, I can... there we go. So basically that's what you need. Can I even reach my... I can even reach my bucky. Also means I can put my pick on my knee, or I could do the Glenn Hughes and just stick it on my forehead. I was well impressed with the fact that he did that, because picks just stick to your forehead. Players don't care about wood. The thing is, it does. Wood does make a difference, but it doesn't matter. You know, you could use the most expensive piece, the best piece of guitar wood in the world, put the neck on this best piece of guitar and put the neck at an angle like that so the strings are all flat on the fingerboard. And then you could get a bit of a single sheet of plywood and then just make a guitar in 10 minutes out of it that didn't do that. And it's better than the one that's got the neck on in the wrong place, so the strings don't sound, you know what I mean? Old acoustics always seem to sound, there is an element to it. I mean, that wee SX acoustic there. It's fucking fine. It's easy to play. It's just it doesn't. There's enough there. The thing I always think about old acoustics is it's whether they've survived well, and that probably doesn't apply to like expensive guitars. You know, if somebody paid 500 quid for this guitar, it's probably been looked after a little bit more. It tends to be the ones that were actually quite good, but they're only 100 quid. So when they lost the bridge pin, when they changed strings, they didn't bother going to the shop and buying another one. They used a screw and they tried to adjust the action by cranking the truss rod, you know, all these things, and then they covered it in stickers, and you know, and it went through 10 people and all that crap. It's like, if you actually get one that's unmolested, they're normally pretty good. You ever weighed this guitar, Malco? Yes. What I can say is I think it was heavier than the Washburn Scavenger bass, but it was not a lot heavier than that. I think it's about 6 kilograms. Would that be right? I need to find, but you know, I've got a feeling I've seen it. I saw it. Where is it? Where's my scales? How long's this cable? Not long enough. I never seen them and then looking them out. When I see them again, I'll find the scales and they'll be there. I think it comes in at, I think it's 6.5 kilograms, which is a lot. You know, but I have you get Les Pauls that are 5 kilograms. Do you know what I mean? And this has got 2 fucking necks. It's really, really lightweight if you don't put strings on it, because 2 packets of strings weighs an awful lot. I've been eyeballing instruments from the 80s to 2000s that came out of old Asian factories. A lot of gems to the Fujigen factory floating around there. Found a 90s Korean custom shop bass for 220. Yeah, well, Fujigen's Japanese. There's a big difference. Honestly, though, what you're getting, if you're 90s Korean custom shop shit, is what we're getting now for $1,000 or £1,000. Yeah, the thing is, when you find a Fujigen Japanese thing, it's higher. It's going to be as good as you can get, sort of thing. It's like, oh, I've got a roadster that's better than a Fender Strat. You probably do, yeah. It's not worth as much money, though. But it's very, very reasonable to assume that that is the possibility. No matter how much a Fender Strat boy you are, it's very possible that people have roadsters that are better than any Fender you could, or they've ever played, and they've played 20. You know what I mean? Tonewood, Morningwood, Woodpecker, Floating Wood, Clint Eastwood, anything works. Tarpwood, yeah, totally. A poor body as long as the neck is nice. You go for the neck there, Slonny. Him Hygiene Anonymous wrote speaks to. You go echoes of Fujigen, yes. Peckerwood, yeah, totally. That's the way I say it. This one looks like a pecker, but it's not peckerwood. Yeah. Oh. So what the fuck am I doing, Jesus? I need to stop drinking doing these things. I do quite like this this tie-dyed t-shirt, which I got at a charity shop yesterday for £1.50. This kind of looks like a spine. This yellow stripe kind of looks like a broken spine that's running down. It's like, oh my god, I pure broke my spine, look. You can see it in this x-ray. It is true with acoustic guitars. Still got my first acoustic, 40 years old, got better after 20 years, including my playing maybe. Yeah, yes. Yes, I didn't. I'm drunk. I'll tell you. Hey, Andrew, how's it going? Hey, I just measured £1.50. Aye. Yeah, I've actually done one of your guitars, Andrew. Eventually, I've not got. I never. To be honest, I just did whatever I wanted because it didn't make any sense to me, and then I found a bit of paper telling me what to do. So I've not really matched up the bit of paper that had on it what it was you wanted me to do with what I actually did. But I think they're probably quite similar. Hey, Rob Bird, can you play a C sharp minor chord? I know where you're going with this. I know. turn the volume down first there. Can't remember which card. Imagine not remembering how to play that, the fucking most obvious thing. Fucking disgusting not remembering how to play it. Lots of fidgety Grecos. Yeah, so that's really nice, isn't it? Sure, since it's not there. Yeah. It's mad all these things that you used to play before I could play the guitar properly. Now I can kind of remember bits of them, but not know how to join them together. Oh, Black Waterside. I can't do the. I don't do the dag. Not got there yet. I didn't mean to hit that off there, but it sounded quite good. It's an Elvis song, Late Night in Glasgow. Glasgow sounds exotic, doesn't it, to you? You Americans, you Yanks, you're Glasgow. When I called you last night from Glasgow, every night. It's exotic to some. You can really hear the tone with the double neck. Was this the one that used to be a kitchen counter? Of course it is, yeah. Oh no, it was never. No, it was never a kitchen worktop. It was an offcut from a kitchen worktop. The actual worktop that this is made from is in a place called Hill of Balgair in Balfron. It's a converted barn, and this was the offcut at the end of one of the countertops, 4 metre lengths. That's what solid ash. Yep. Pish de Floyd, not Pish Floyd. But I mean, yeah, I can't remember how to play it. I'm sure it's C sharp minor though, and that's why someone would have suggested I played it. But ideally on a keyboard. Definitely a. Seems to be G. What's it? Oh, is it? I'm sorry, I have to come into the thing. I think you get bands that are overrated. But no, it doesn't mean I don't like them. I think Pink Floyd are overrated. I know Pink Floyd are very overrated. Sorry, I do like them. I've got all their albums. They're all on vinyl as well. All of them. All of them, apart from that last, is it Endless River or something? I think I do have Momentary Lapse of Reason. I might not have Delicate Sound of Thunder. I don't know. I don't really like them. But yeah. Swede is coming to Sweden soon. Must be from Glasgow. Swede. Don't get it. Has anyone got to see Atomic Rooster yet? And see if they're anywhere near where you're playing. If they are, go for it. Rooster 2, I might find one that you like. Really? I'll tell you whether you like it or not. Still got another 20 minutes to go carrying this beast. I have to do it, but I mean, honestly, even you can go, oh, look at Jimmy Page, oh, he used to play the double neck. He didn't play it all fucking night. He wasn't on that double neck bastard for 2 hours, you know what I mean? And having to talk and breathe and make shit up. He was just in his druggy haze playing songs he'd played hundreds of times before sloppily, you know what I mean? Led Zeppelin are overrated. Black Sabbath are not overrated. Atom Heart Mother. Been a band that played that. I played that in the Clutha Vaults. I think I was playing congas, to be fair, but we did play it. I used to play bass and it was amazing. After Atomic Heart Mother, I think Atom Heart Mother is fantastic. I didn't like Pink Floyd until I heard Pompeii and Meadow. Meadow, I think, not a flawless album. There's a couple of songs that are a bit Dave Gilmour and a bit boring and shite. But see if you took Meadow, right, and obscured by Clouds, and you basically took most of Meadow and then took the couple of good songs off Obscured by Clouds instead of the ones that are on Meadow. Best Pink Floyd album. Also like this is not sitting. That's because I'm not sitting on the right. Yeah, that's how it sits. Sometimes you got to get it right. You know what I mean? Humbuckers are not too much looking like a Strat. Go, sorry, tell me, I won't buy it, honestly. But if it's the wee bodied one, see the smaller bodied, the one I had last week, the 430, my pal David's one, the Marty McFly one, fucking amazing. See the smaller bodied one, I think it's a wee bit better. It's less stratty, but I really like it. I saw Robbie Williams was playing some Sabbath Ozzy song at some award show. Well, fair enough, and he remember there's I Want to Rock, that one. There's a video with him and Tony Iommi last year or something. Robbie Williams in his new album, he wanted a pure heavy metal song, so he just basically phoned up Tony Iommi and told his app, yeah, I got a message saying Robbie Williams, that what the singer guy is that? I will. All right, okay, I'll talk to him, and then just like, oh fucking, do you want to just write a song and a riff, and we'll make a song, and it'll just be like a heavy metal. That's it. So it's like. It's like, he's dancing about like dressed as a punk with all these kids and stuff in a big video, and Tony's just there like, up here, well, I just turn up and just wear my SG, wear black, sorted, good fun. I like it. I like Robbie Williams. I don't think there's anything wrong. Hey Alex, well done at the pub supporting live music. We've already been talking about you, and you're managing to find the matching jazz bass. I was actually going to ask, have you looked up that jazz bass? Did it ever have the white jazz bass pickup covers? And if so, I mean, it's fine if they're black, but the other two have got white pickups. I wonder if you're thinking about that. Pink Floyd are one of those bands that lots of people pretend to like as they think it makes them look cool. Tony, 1000%. That's their downfall. Nobody ever thought Black Sabbath were cool. Nobody ever thought Black Sabbath were cool, so they are better. Nobody ever thought Deep Purple were cool, therefore they're better. Roadster SL1010, is that the... Okay, sorry. What album is Fearless on? That was the first song I ever worked out how to play the guitar on my own. Nobody had them. People used to have books to learn songs. You say the hill's too steep to climb. That was the first song I ever worked out how to play the guitar, and I remember going around to my pals. I only played the guitar for a couple of months, and I was like, "Up here, I was happy. I think I've worked it out." I was playing it, and it was just like that. Pure, how'd you do that? And I was like, "It's just G and C and like B flat," and it's like, that's how I learned it. That's how I can still remember it. And I was like, when it got to the other bit. I didn't know what the chords were, but I could play that bit. Fearless is good as well, yeah, that's a good one. Mike Brothers is the twin neck on for the whole of. Alright, maybe the Rickenbacker's different. David Bowie, yes, I've never been a huge David. Obviously, I can appreciate his musical difference, and I do. I've never really been a fan, really. I like some songs, obviously. I wouldn't mind jamming them, but not a Bowie fan as such. Thought I'd been on my license here when I was 11 years old. Yeah, but that's the difference. It's like, depends how you get there. I was just told they were cool. I was told they were cool. Here's Dark Side of the Moon. Here's Wish You Were Here. I was told they were cool. Here's The Wall. I was told. I did, to be honest, I always liked the trial in The Wall. You could have been to that bit. Didn't really like the rest of it. But it was when I saw Pompeii. It was like, right. Oh, where's this band? The cool band that jam and has got heaviness and stuff to it, but not the 4 keyboard players and backing singers and big light shows and thousands of instruments. The one downside to the Roadster I'm looking at is it's been stripped. It's definitely a Roadster, yeah. I did build this guitar, Victor 86, yes. Bowie and Floyd did do good. Of course they did, but they're not Black Sabbath, I'm sorry. Sabbath are shite, just get out. The best band now is not the Beatles. I've been listening. I actually bought the Beatles #1 CD yesterday in a charity shop. It was that and 40 Licks by the Rolling Stones, which is like a double CD, 50 pence each. I don't have to listen to very often. That Beatles number. No, but I mean, the thing about the Beatles is when you listen back to it, I did this recently because Jen bought the Beatles Red album for £1, scratched to fuck at a charity shop. And I was like, I'd listen to it and I'm thinking, the Beatles get good. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I always thought it started getting good kind of in the middle, but it's actually when you listen to the Red album, it's really only, I quite like the first couple of songs. Like Love Me Do, pretty good. Please Please Me, pretty good. When I get to I Want to Hold Your Hand, it's got that thing that I don't like that Oasis used in every single song they ever did. I wanna hold your hand. That, basically Oasis, they sound like the Beatles. They sound like that bit in that Beatles song because they've copied it and done it in a different key. That song's fucking shite. I hate it. This is a complete surprise to me. I did not know. I thought that song was shit. I just thought all early Beatles songs were shit up until Help. And then that's moved a little bit because Help's a fucking belter. It's fucking amazing. And it's just like, they're so ahead. And I don't like, again, it's like, oh, it's cool to like the Beatles. What Beatles do you like? Oh, Abbey Road and the White Album, you know. Oh, I like it when they were wearing jumpers and doing serious music. Fuck off, it's Rubber Soul and Revolver and all that shit. Eleanor Rigby. That's the stuff that's good, or the stuff I like. Rant. Dad's Army, Sabbath, Status Quo, Slade, not the 9 o'clock news. Not so much the Dad's Army or the Status Quo, but Sabbath, Slade, not the 9 o'clock news, for sure. I'd rather admit to liking Banner though than pretend to like Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd have got some good stuff, but I don't wear Pink Floyd t-shirts and I don't tell people I like Pink Floyd. Basically, I just tell people if what kind of music I like. I just say I like Black Sabbath. That's it. Fuck it, I don't like anything else, you know what I mean? Black Sabbath and that's it. The song it will be played in open G, yeah, but that's still the chords. If you're playing it in acoustic, an acoustic sing song when you've played for 6 months and everyone knows how to play 1 or 2 Pink Floyd songs because they bought the book and you worked out how to play one of the best ones that isn't in a book. Amazing, yeah. Genie, yeah, well. the Beatles influenced so many folk who went on to do better musicians. Well, there you go, yeah, but the Beatles did all of it first, and it's like, it's hard to, I know, I totally appreciate you can't like them, but I can't argue with things like, I Feel Fine, ding, ding, diddly, ding, 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 diddly, ding, like a pure, there's your fucking, without that, would Led Zeppelin or Black Sabbath exist? Would punk, rock, would any of these things exist without that, where you've got like a riff that plays all the way through it and everything goes over the top of it? It's fucking mental. Paperback Writer and Day Tripper, what the fuck are they doing? That shit's mental. You know what I mean? It's like, so the Beatles did that for a bit and then they went, right, okay, let's get a bit psychedelic. So they went fucking prog rock, super mega psychedelic for a couple of years and went, right, that's enough of that. And it's like, but when they started that off, it just kept going with other people, and the same with the prog rock psychedelic. Then they went to the arty wanky shit, and it's like, yeah, it's all there. You know what I mean? Beatles fan without doubt. I mean, Ben, they're not my favourite band, but I mean, I can't argue that some of them. And Eleanor Rigby, I can play some Beatles. Lives in a dream, look at her working, driving the socks around when there's nobody there. Nobody cares, only people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Father Mackenzie, back in the past and the past, but there's nobody there. Nobody cares. It's fucking amazing shit. I would just put that into being, it's music in the term of it's non-classifiable music. That I think that, what if you'd asked me at a certain point in my life, what's your favourite music, and it would have been Superman theme, Indiana Jones, Krull, that sort of thing, and Eleanor Rigby has that. It's just a really good fucking tune. It doesn't matter whether it's rock or whatever it is. Fucking amazing. Without like Ray, none of it was just that as possible, yes. Helping Eleanor Rigby, Paul's my favourite songs like this. I was very overrated, but just because you don't like it. Roll up the magic commission, let's step right this way. Roll up for the mystery tour. Roll up everything. Roll up for all that shit's amazing. See, I have more Stones records. I like the Stones better. I was actually listening earlier on while I was building a guitar in the kitchen but it's like Hot Rocks. It's so different today. I hear every mother sing. Today to calm it down. But if you take one, yeah, that and built all affairs. Knocking down the stairs. Well, it seems to me that you have seen too much in too few years. And all the chances just can't lie. You know how the rage will do. We better stop. Me come. That's the Hot Rock. See, the thing is, what the Stones didn't do, which the Beatles did do, is they didn't use wanky chords. All the great Stones songs are just fucking the normal chords. She would never say. If you get the right one, she would never say where she came from. Yesterday don't matter if it's gone. All that shit, if you know them. I'd never got Motley Crue, but I mean, again, it's the time. I suppose you got to be influenced with what's about at the time. You know what I mean? Melody's version of Ruby Tuesday, so a good song made it great. Yeah, postly shit. Yeah, but I mean, I've got a lot. It's one of those things, you've got to look at what it is that things do, and I think that there must, Oasis, right, the band I think is the shittest ever. The most overrated band in the cosmic vibe ever. But a lot of people will have listened to Oasis when they didn't realise that they were a human being and you were allowed to make choices on your own, and it was okay to be slightly different. It was okay to like baked beans even though everyone else didn't. That's fine. It's they maybe had Oasis, and then from that they would go, oh, I hear that Thing Me song's a bit like, it's just stolen from T-Rex. Let's listen to the T-Rex song. And then in a viable way, they've gone from being a zombie to listening to something that's shit, and then suddenly you're hearing Getting It On by T-Rex. When I first heard that, it was like, oh. And the Oasis one doesn't have it. The Oasis one's got strum with that riff in it. The T-Rex one, which you could play like this, has got the to it. Oasis don't do that. And you go, oh, what's that? So that could happen. More than shit. What's your favourite Indian dish? I don't know, but if talking about Indian, I'm from Glasgow, so remember we've got chicken tikka masala was invented here. What we get as Indian dishes are not really the really Glasgow dishes, so I don't know enough. If you're actually Indian or know anything about it, it would just be offensive. I like a chicken patty, but that's not one of the ones that you get in India. It's the same as I went to China, and what we get as a Chinese food in a restaurant, every single thing you can get in any Chinese restaurant in Scotland, which we all know, sweet and sour, black bean sauce and all that. If you produced that in Shenzhen, they would just throw it in the floor and punch you. Everything they had was 10 times better and so much stronger and better. So I'd imagine India's the same. All those hair bands had a couple of decent catchy tunes, but a lot of garbage. We'll listen back to it now, my opinion. I think it comes down to if you were there. I wasn't there for hair metal. Well, I mean, obviously I was alive, but I didn't really like pop. Listen to the radio. I was listening to the Shadows and James Bond theme tunes and what I liked on my Walkman. And what I was hearing on the radio wasn't like that. I didn't understand. I mean, obviously now I can see it. I didn't understand how there was bands on top of the pops and they're all playing guitars and you couldn't hear guitars. You just heard music, which is like a sort of sequence. You talk Kylie Minogue, the Stocky, Kim and Morton, all that shit. But there's bits of it there. This is probably the last proper band that encouraged teenagers to pick up a guitar and learn a few chords. Well, that's the thing. The thing that's really fucking annoying about it, Sloaney, is people think, oh, Oasis are dead easy. I'll just learn that and it's good for playing the guitar. It's not. Oasis are shite for learning guitar. See, if you learn one Oasis song, just one, right? The amount of chords that you've just learned that you can't use in anything else. See, you could learn an entire Stones album using less chords than you just learnt for that one song. And then because you've already used those chords, you'd be halfway through learning a whole other Stones album. Whereas Oasis, it's here's a sequence of notes. No, don't feel it. No timing. Here's a sequence of notes. Just play 1, 2, 3, 4, change chord 1, 2, 3, 4, change chord 1, 2, and just that's it. Fucking disgusting. Oasis and Suede. Oh no, I mean, I don't. Occult Electra, I don't know Occult really. Noel Gallagher really rates himself, I know. But the thing is, it depends what it is you're trying to do. I remember something when he was writing songs. He's just writing, I sold millions of them. Do you think they're good? No, I don't think they're good. I know how to write songs that idiots who don't like music but think it's cool to like music would listen to this. So you can't have anything challenging. So I still think the Venn diagram of people who, I don't know what just happened there, but my screen just went right. The Venn diagram of people who like Oasis and people who like baby metal, there is no common ground in the middle. Nobody likes Oasis and baby metal. Nobody likes Oasis and Dragon Force. It's not possible. Poontang. Steve Craddock could do Ocean Colour Scene, yeah, but they didn't do it well. They just did the thing. I was like, Pure, but we've got this pure amazing riff. It's like, no, make it more like Oasis. Get that good bit out. Make it more bland, and it kind of cut down. But yes, Steve Craddock is good. What's your favourite Bond theme? It was set one classic and one modern line. And how old are you, Andrew? Because it depends what's classic, what becomes classic, and what becomes modern. I mean, when is GoldenEye modern? If GoldenEye is modern, I remember that coming out. I don't think I saw it in the cinema, but I remember it coming out. So that's the best one from the modern era, and the other ones, all the ones before I was born, Live and Let Die and Dancing to the Fire and all that shit. Before I knew what they were. And I'm so cool at like that band had the one big hit, Teen Spirit or something. I don't think Nirvana were shit though. I think Nirvana were pretty good. I heard Nirvana and I heard things in Nirvana that I had never heard in music before. Later on, I heard the things that I had heard in Nirvana that I'd never heard in music before. I heard in Sabbath and Atomic Rooster and Deep Purple and all that. They were in there, so they had it, whatever that is. There's no way that Nirvana were not into Sabbath or did some of the things. Kids today want to sit in their room and make up crappy auto-tune drill rap tricks. There's nobody influencing them to learn guitar. Yes, I agree. Also, Oasis only ever inspired me to keep my guitars away from anyone who wants to play the guitar. Muses Wembley 2000 to learn guitar. Well, there you go, cool. I think you've got to be, you're not to be offensive, but you're quite into the Muse thing, and it's like there are the other kinds of guitar, your own way. Get yourself a double neck guitar and bass. Who's influenced this? Well, Derek Smalls, but his was 2 basses, so that doesn't count. Yeah. The same year in Factory and the Honor Jazzmaster Professional says perfect, Alex. It's first thing, but I think the idea of getting like a white linen suit and a dark red coloured waistcoat would just and play that guitar. Go for the Roger Glover 1978 rainbow look, white Marshall stack. You know what I mean? If I can rock it out the park, that's it. Just basically do that, and it's like you can just tick that off one of your life goals. You know what I mean? Fuck it. Who doesn't want to do that and then play a gig? Let's call classic everything pre-Brosnan. So you're talking about Brosnan being modern. See, I think, well, there you go. Modern is the best. The best modern one is Goldeneye by Tina Turner. I saw that live. It was fucking amazing. And the best pre one is Live and Let Die, because that's like the best song ever written. But also, there's other good ones. Benny's got a jet. Catch you later, Ben. Cheers, man. Enjoy your letter. It's got to the clock. I can actually I've now done more than 2 hours. Yeah, I've done more than 2 hours carrying this monster of a guitar. I will. I'll go for something a bit more lightweight. Here's an interesting one. Do I have to change leads, or can I just plug straight into this? Which side will it give me? We just don't know. It'll either be bass amp or guitar amp. Wouldn't it be nice if it was guitar amp? And then I don't have to lead down and get another lead. Bastards is bass amp. Or both. It looks a wee bit it looks so light and small, doesn't it? Wow. And Nirvana are good. They've got bits. I had Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit the first time I heard that. I was like, here we go. That's got the... First song I play on every guitar I buy is Cigarettes and Alcohol by Oasis. That's disgusting, Sloanie. Because the thing is, it's like... At least you said every guitar you ever buy, because if you'd done it basically with every guitar you ever play, and you ever met me and you played my guitar, I'd just punch you. I don't care if you're a girl. It's unacceptable. First word is not enough. It's shit. The last one, the last good. I don't know. I don't like it. Do I like any of the ones past Goldeneye? The cinema was The Living Daylights. It was also the best one I saw in the cinema. Well, Living Daylights is fucking good though. And so is the one after it. The other Dalton one, A License to Kill. Fucking great, those two. And then Zorin Industries. I don't know. I mean, I don't. And when I used to go to the cinema, I mean, when I was a kid, I remember getting taken by my aunt to go and see, or my aunt and uncle to go and see Snow White, because every 10 years they would release Snow White in the cinema. And then after that, I remember seeing Ghostbusters. My dad took me to see Ghostbusters, because you're a kid, you've got to see these things. That was about it. Really, until I started going to the cinema myself with my pal, and I remember, that's what I was saying, I'm going to see Star Trek, and I never saw a Bond film in the cinema. So Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Event Horizon, Alien 3, some really fucking good films. I shat it. And imagine seeing Event Horizon and Alien 3 in the cinema. Two films that are so fucking similar. Swapping guitars, I've not been able to look up since she pointed out the big lower horn. Too much for you, Sloane? Putting pink tomatoes on a red sauce, so that's fine. That's all right. I like all the Bond films before The Living Daylights. We were too spoiled. I thought you said they were spoiled by Roger Moore and Sean Connery. It's like, I mean, for me, it's like Live and Let Die's got the best music, and Man with the Golden Gun is also unbelievably good. That's the best two James Bond films, although I still love License to Kill. Those are not License to Kill, Zorin, View to a Kill. Those are my three. Those are my three favourite James Bond films. I might just go out. Yep, I've not put any of the Sean Connery ones. I think those are my three favourite James Bond films. There you go. They're all Roger Moore ones. And then the next one after that is GoldenEye. So there you go. Oh. Is it a BL550? I don't know, a BL550, no, it's a low one. It's more, I suppose for a Majesty's Secret Service, it's just got such a good tune to it. Even the Bound soundtracks before 1989, of course, they're fucking amazing, yeah. David Niven. There's a film that I started watching the other night, but got distracted. Actually, what happened was I started doing something else. I thought I'm enjoying this too much. Murder by Death. Look that up. Murder by Death. It's a film. I don't know, when is it from? Early 80s, something like that. And it's David Niven is in it. And it's so, and Peter Sellers and Columbo, Peter Falk, and everybody's fucking amazing, and everybody's overacting like absolute fuck. It's absolutely ridiculous, and one of the most amazing films ever. Yeah, I know he's played it in that, the Casino Royale. But look up, it's like Casino Royale, let's get Peter Sellers in it as well. So imagine that film, Casino Royale, apart from it's basically just Cluedo set in a big mansion, but here's the important bit, it's really fucking good. Unlike Casino Royale. It's just really good all the way. Casino Royale was phenomenal. I thought those films were shit, to be honest. I'm sorry. I watched them. Maybe it's just because I'm too old or something. I watched all of them like I watch a Marvel film. You watch it and go, yeah. So did you enjoy that? Yeah, it was alright. Tell me something that happened in it. Oh, there was a bit with a motorbike chase. I liked the bit when they were flying and jumping across the roof. Yeah, so what was the story? What characters did you like? See, it's really shit. I'm just old. Films now are just shite. I want one that's got, you know what I mean? Characters in it that you remember and that make sense. And a story? Oh, God. Original Casino Royale, yeah. David Niven came from Kenny Moore, there you go. The Cheap Detectives, a parody of Casablanca with Peter Falk. I was thinking, I've not really seen Peter Falk or anything else. He's fucking amazing in Murder by Death. No, I just never got them. I think it's just there's a certain, I think it's maybe a speed thing I think modern films are too fast. I think that's maybe why Andor didn't do that well. I'm going to watch Andor again. I keep thinking about it. It's slow, and you watch The Good, and the Bad, the Ugly. It fucking blew my mind. This is only when I'd already moved to Milton Capsule within the last 7 years or something like that. I remember watching The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and it was like, absolutely, obviously I've watched these things. It's like learning to play the bass, right? You've been mad on music for 10 years, and then you start playing the bass, and then a month in, you start hearing the bass that was always there, but you'd never realise it was a bass, and it's like, oh my god, Geezer Butler is fucking amazing on the bass, that kind of thing. I'm getting that with cinema, and it was watching The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and just going, see everything that's cool and stylistic about something like Quentin Tarantino. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly has more of it. It's just got it's just like you're sitting there looking at it, and there's nothing on the screen. There's one fucking note going, ha, and there's a guy on a horse a mile away, and 5 minutes later he gets shot, and then it changes. It's fucking amazing. Oh. A lot of TV shows, I don't watch anything. My husband used to call Daniel Craig the poison dwarf. I don't know what that goes. Peter Fox. There's so many films that's kind of mental how they work. Some of them make sense. That Murder by Death thing, I used to watch it as a kid. It was one of the first videos, I think. One of the first films that Mum and Dad ever recorded on, when we got a video recorder on Betamax. And I just, there's funny jokes in it, but I just didn't realise how many there were. It's really fucking clever. It's one of those ones where the script is already ridiculous, and then you get ridiculous actors to overact in it. It's fucking amazing. Mr. Whitestick, you're going to be absolutely appalled. I saw They Live when I was in Milton Campsie. I'd never heard of it. I was aware of bits of it in like The Simpsons and shit, but I'd never seen the film. I thought it was really fucking good. I wish I'd seen it earlier. It was amazing. Films that you inexplicably missed, and it fucking blew your brain. Go for it. What films about you inexplicably missed? There's a lot of films that are really popular that are shite, not worth it. Some that are overrated, some that are not overrated. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly is not overrated. Is that likes? If I get 2 likes, bastards, spike the likes, please. I'll play some Roadster. It's my favourite bit in it. It's the hardest thing to play. I'd like to counter your Morricone with John Williams. John Williams stole an awful lot of shit. I'd like to counter your John Williams with James Horner. Get it right up your arse. Do you like the 90s better than the 2010s? If you're talking about music, that's a good question, because I don't like either. So I'd probably say the 2010s more than the 1990s for me, because the 2010s you started getting into me going to download, and so I would get the Baby Metal would be in there, and they would be, wouldn't they? What do you call them? System of a Down would be in there, where there's actually new music that I find interesting that I've not heard before coming out. So definitely 2010s. Whereas the problem with the 90s, when you had your Suede and your Oasis, I'd heard the Kinks and the Stones, and they were much better than any of your Britpop. Although there were some bands that were quite fun to play live, and it was getting to see them play live. Supergrass were good. My happy place movie-wise is 1940s Ealing comedies and dramas. So much talent showcased in film shooting on such a shoestring. I don't even know what they are. Are you talking about the way like an early Carry On film can just come out of nowhere and be genuinely really funny, even though the whole film's set in one building, and that's it? Yeah. It's all to do with timing. Some things are just... But then again, sometimes I'm in the mood for Flash Gordon, and I just can't... Could Flash Gordon be any better? And it's like... How How could Flash Gordon be any more than what it is? Do you know what I mean? It's like, I've got an apple, how could it be better? It's like, well, it's a fucking apple. That's it. It's just like Flash Gordon is Flash Gordon, and it could not be any better. I mean, what was you changing it? I always thought Dale was a bit shit, and for some, still don't really find her attractive, Dale Arden. I was like, Ming's daughter, tarp out, but Dale, we're going back to when I was a wee kid, 8 and all that. It's like, why is Ming pure? Like, Dale, she's not really that pretty, and she's not, I don't know. I think that about it, but, what would you change? Is there any actors you would change in Flash Gordon? 4 candles. You think I just covers films like Whiskey Galore and Passport? Okay, yes, I know what you mean. Yes, I know the ones you mean. Yeah, Whiskey Galore and all that. Yeah. I know it sounds shit. It's the same problem. I hope my wee brother doesn't watch this, but he does films and they're amazing. But the sound is not that brilliant, and I find that with a lot of these, I find it very pulling you out of the what's the opposite of immersive? Unmersive, when it visibly changes scene and you have to really struggle to make out what somebody's saying. That ruins films for me. I mean, I have a real problem with that with watching like the Pirates and stuff like that. Not the Pirates of the Caribbean, like pirate films. If I'm having to spend too much effort trying to work out what somebody's saying, I can't watch the film. I can watch it and I can follow it no matter how much I want to watch what's going on. If you're having to strain to try and work out exactly what the sounds are, it can make a good film, like a fucking amazing film, one I didn't enjoy. I've done that before with if you watch a pirate too early and you watch it and go, that's fucking shit, and then a couple of years later you accidentally watch it, it's like, oh my god, and it's like, because you're not spending the time trying to work out what's going on, you can just enjoy it and hear it. Nexus 6. I think what's my delay like? Right, hold on. 1. Right, so if I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it was a 4-second delay just now. Sorry, I just wondering why it's... I think the sound on modern TV shows is terrible. Too quiet, loads of actors are mumbling. I haven't watched a modern TV show. I don't miss it at all. Watching Northern... Okay. I quite enjoyed the show Taskmaster. Have you ever seen that? It was on a British TV channel called Dave a few years ago. I think it might have even been when I was in Stella Lindsay, and I watched it from the start. And there's something very... It's an amazing idea. It's kind of like the way, when Vic and Bob did Shooting Stars, where they had like a game show, like a panel show, where you had comedians on, and the idea was that you were doing this game show thing, but it wasn't really about the game show, it was how you dealt with it, and the way, kind of like that. And then everyone copied that. This Taskmaster thing is... It's like the next step on for that. It's really good. I would advise you watch that, and it's very watchable. Go to the toilet, come back, not miss anything. Work on a guitar, brilliant. The man in the white suit. I don't know. Levels all over the joint. Lack of lighting in TV shows. Too much is nearly pitch black. I want to see the footage. But that's the thing. It's like maybe it's a kind of. Is it a case of watching something that's too? I mean, obviously we're used to... me and Jen watched Commando the other night, and it's like it was not designed for HD. It's so slow, Commando. It really is. It's so slow, and it's so fucking good. It's like, you're watching it, and it's like, it can't just be a nostalgia thing. I mean, Commando is not one of the all-time great classic super fucking, oh wow, this is one of the top 10 films of all time. It just isn't. But when you watch it, it so fucking is. Do you know what I mean? It's like, see if you take a 10-minute bit, any bit, even the shittest 10-minute sequence in Commando is better than any Marvel film ever. Iron Man's quite good. Any other one it's just any 10-minute bit, any bit. Just any 10-minute section of Commando. It's fucking amazing, and it's so slow paced. I absolutely love it. I don't like watching my daughter's watching something. I'll look it up. Taskmaster's Unhinged. Maybe that's why I like it. It's something different. It's just I don't know. I mean, I know they're all comedians and stuff, but it's nice to see. Here's a situation, you know what I mean, and how does a funny person deal with it? So it's like I hate to say it's quite highbrow, even though it's silly. It's like that whole thing about the Mighty Bush. I remember seeing an interview with them, and they were talking about someone said they were stupid, and it's like, no, don't, I resent that. We're silly, and it's like, yep, that's it. Not stupid, silly. There's a huge difference. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's a huge difference between the two things. It's like, and I get silly. I hate fucking Friends and American Pie and all that, where you point and laugh at someone who's stupid. That's, for me, that's I don't know. Like morally, I just, my whole concept just fucking hates anything like that. Laughing at someone who says something stupid or does something silly, that's totally fine. But doing something stupid because they're stupid, fucking don't like it. Those are the same three notes in that Floyd thing earlier, possibly, yeah. There's a real guy jumping at the back of the plane. Jumping off the wheel, yeah, totally. It's like you totally. I remember that was one of the. We're going back to DVD. Remember, DVD is the equivalent of 480p on YouTube, and honestly, if you see a 480p YouTube video, you kind of skip past it. I mean, I think I'm 1080 now, but 720 at least is a bare minimum. But remember when DVD first came out at 480p, and okay, not on a computer. I saw a DVD playing it on a PC, and it was like, it was a Matrix, I think. And then I remember my pal Michael, he went to America, but 2 weeks before he'd bought a DVD player. He's like, I've just bought this DVD player, it's fucking amazing. Have a shot of it while I'm away in America. So I had this thing and had a 14-inch telly, and we watched the James Bond film, the Pierce Brosnan one, where he starts off in a speedboat going through London. And there was about 10 of us all drinking, watching Michael's DVD player on a 14-inch telly, all cheering. The intro to that's one of the best intros, when he's on the boat and he's going down the street. We're like, fucking yes! The film was boring. But the picture quality was like, oh my God, have you seen this? Oh, it's been DVD. I've seen DVD. And I'll look at this, and it was literally, I was showing everyone. It was like, fucking hell. My God, you can almost touch it because video was shite. Ah. Oh. But one of the things is in Commando, when you pause it on DVD, you can see that it's basically on the film. They've drawn a stick man with a marker pen on the fucking film. So I don't know how many. It's only maybe a 3-second shot. So it was 100 shots of someone who's just sitting there with a fucking black marker pen drawing a stick man falling out the plane. Amazing. Also the bit when he gets into the car, the red British sports cars, a Triumph TR, whatever that car is, you can totally 100% see in the reflection of the car the director and the film crew all standing there, like just standing there when the car reverses out, because they didn't realise that anyone was ever going to have quality of that high. Wanky vanity projects. World is not enough. I don't really like. The intro to that was amazing. The film I didn't get. American Pie is totally. Honestly, Mr. Whitesnake, I know you're American, so I was kind of being a wee bit dodgy about it. It really does paint you Americans as a bunch of total idiots. That's a funny film. You're like, the worst one was that Porky's film, which is basically the same thing. Woo. I remember seeing that coming up in the top 10 funniest films ever, and it was near Blazing Saddles, for fuck's sake. I was like, I'll watch this Porky's film, and it was just... What? How is this in the top 100 comedy films of 1981 or whatever it was from. Never mind being in the top 10 comedy films of all time. What the fuck is wrong with people? Mental. No, American Pie, honestly, it's just... See, everything you hate about Friends and everything like that, imagine that times 1,000,000 and cruder for less intelligent people than Friends, because in Friends there's some sense of reality in it. No, fucking disgusting. Recorded by Marshall Diaz over the list, Paul. Eurotrip is quite a good making Team America has to be best for the... Oh, you're talking about... when you say Eurotrip, you mean the European vacation? That's different. That crosses the lines into what I accepted being funny. Yeah. Team America, yes. It's not my thing. I did think it was funny. It's the same as Jackass. Do you want to watch Jackass? No, I don't. And you put it on and I watch it. I don't like it though, but I know what you mean. Hollywood is not run by Americans. Steely Dan, they did it harder. Right, I'm drunk. I've had too much to drink and I've gone for 2.5 hours. Rock on! And expect some cube action this week and also some... I need to go out on the bike. I'm going to go out on the bike this week. I totally am. So, love you all. Rock on. Catch you all later.